I need to get rich now.
I
Like
think that like
let me start summoning whatever freaking demons out there because
is a bad idea.
I'm done with being poor. I know like people who know me are probably like sick of me saying this to them, but I'm legit tired. I'm at this point in my life where like the freaking cup is full. There's no more room for bullshit. Like I'm ready
Yeah.
to retire tomorrow. Remember I told you about the tarot deck at
Yeah.
chapters?
Yeah.
So like I was doing it a lot. Like the first day I got it,
Mhm.
and I was kind of just like taking it easy because like I was trying to get into it, like interpret like all the cards and stuff. So the first day I got it, I did like some readings, but I wouldn't say they were like serious readings. They were more like, oh, let me see if I can read stuff correctly or interpret the cards the way I want to. And the
Right.
first day was kind of like iffy. I was like, I was still kind of getting the hang of it. I was reading the numbers and the instructions and all that. The second day came. My sister had asked me out for breakfast and I did some readings for her. And she asked like a billion questions. But like
Okay.
for some reason that morning, I felt like all the readings I did was like it was like really good. All the cards I've been getting was like it related to the situation and I
Right.
was reading it really well where it's like I interpret the cards in a way where like it reflects the question and it gave a
Mhm.
lot of like what is it, foresight or insight. But like my sister was just like asking like a lot of questions and then I think it was like towards the end it felt really weird. I was like, yo, I like this is gonna be the like last question. So like I think she asked like a few more questions after I said that. And then like throughout that day, just like I felt like the vibe was really weird.
Yeah. It's just energy. It's like you're using a lot of your energy
Yeah,
to
like I'm like, yo, this is gonna be the last freaking question. Like, I can't answer anymore. Like, I'm so tired. But like in the beginning, I was like feeling so well. I was like, yeah, I got this card. I'm like, yeah, I can do all this. And I was like reading all these different like futures and presents and stuff. And I was doing readings for her boyfriend.
yeah.
And like I did some readings for our family. And she's pregnant. She's having a baby. And I did some readings for that to see like what it would bring.
Right.
But then like after I did all of them, I'm like, yo, I'm feeling so freaking tired right now. Like, what's happening? And you know the scary thing is,
What?
that same night, I was like, before I sleep, let me do some readings. So I
Really?
was like, I don't know why. I was kind of like, I think that day I was just like, I wouldn't say it was an addiction, but I was like, yo, this is pretty cool because I felt like I was getting good at it. So I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm a little tired because it was like nighttime. Like, I'm a little tired, but let me ask a few questions, just like to have some fun to see how it would turn out. But
Yeah.
I was like getting all these weird cards that doesn't even make sense. Like it didn't even make sense.
Oh, really?
And I couldn't even interpret it. I was like, what? I'm like, this doesn't even have to, that's nothing to do with my question. It probably did,
Yeah.
but like I didn't know how to interpret it, and it was like really weird because it went from like me being really good at it in the morning to like now I'm just getting all these like crazy stuff.
Yeah, I think that that's normal and it can happen. I've had that happen to me too before, where it's like the cards are just like done and you need to put them away.
Yeah, like I felt like it was just like, no, stop asking us questions.
Like you've just drained too much energy. So if the cards aren't coming out right and stuff, it's just like you have to put them away and you can't force it.
Yeah, so I haven't done it since I haven't done it since
Oh,
Saturday. But yo, I
yeah.
probably like freaking busted my divination energy.
The divination energy was just gone.
It's freaking gone. I used it all up. So now I'm gonna have like 12 years of freaking bad luck.
Wait, when you were saying today that you're gonna like go use that book, you meant like the lesser key, right? Or did you mean your tarot?
No, the demon book. I wasn't gonna use the tarot book, but yeah,
Yeah, I
like
can use
I wanted to
that.
just like I almost like broke down.
Dude, I am about to break down right now. Like right now, like on the floor. Tears.
Yeah, I kind of felt that in the beginning, where when I was like talking about it, I'm like, yo, I can like if this wasn't going live, I can probably just like freaking break down. Oh, not
Dude,
live. Like
I
if this
feel
wa-
it. I can
if this
cry.
wasn't going on YouTube, I can probably like just start tearing up because
I can probably cry right
I'm at my
now.
breaking point.
I feel that. Like I'm not lying.
I'm at
I
my
feel like
freaking
I could
breaking
cry.
point.
Let's just start crying on the freaking internet. Let's just start freaking bawling.
No, I don't want to cry.
I'm like
No, but
actually
like, why do you feel that way though? Because I'm telling you that I'm relating to a lot of stuff. It could be like the tarot energy just draining my freaking soul, or it could be my work. But
yeah.
I think it's like this whole thing where I feel like I'm feeling bad for myself. Where it's like I don't want to. I always make a joke to my friends. We're like, "Oh, pity party! I'm having a pity party because it's Sunday." But it's like I hate myself for doing that too. It's like you're working from home, you're working on the computer. Is it really that hard? But then it's like this other part, this big part of me where it's just like it is that hard. I know I'm not doing anything physical or anything, but dude, it's so mentally exhausting, and
I
it's
feel
like
that. I feel that.
I feel like a lot of people don't understand where it's like, oh, like you're like literally sitting at home all day just on the computer. It's like, well, yeah, but it's like doesn't mean I'm not freaking
Well,
struggling.
who's telling you that?
Just people.
Don't listen to them. You're allowed to. I think that you're allowed to feel feel like how you want to feel. There's nothing wrong with feeling negative emotions. Sometimes it will like guide you to change something. I think that those people who are just like, oh yeah, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, are the ones who end up in the same place for like 50 years because they don't do anything about it. They don't acknowledge that they're unhappy.
I'm freaking done with my current situation. Like freaking double beat on my head.
Yeah, and like I hope that I'm not like spreading bad vibes because I feel like I'm definitely feeling like lower energy lately. But like, I don't want to like spread that or anything.
It's so manic. It's like, am I like bipolar? There's moments where I'm really happy, and then there's like certain times where I'm just like, what the hell is even going on in my life?
I mean, I think bipolar is like way more extreme where like people like literally cannot get out of bed for weeks. Like I have an aunt who's actually diagnosed bipolar. Like my cousin described it as like there was one Christmas where she couldn't even get out of bed and they like opened presents up like in her bed because she wouldn't get out of bed. So it's not necessarily bipolar, but I think that yeah, definitely like
Right.
mood fluctuations. Yeah, I just feel like all this like weird stuff's been happening lately too, right? Remember we like did a pod and we were talking about like friendships and stuff like that. We didn't post it, but we like filmed it.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, that one
Yeah,
got
but
me thinking.
I never confronted the person though.
But that person started acting normal, right?
I think that situation just made me realize that other people are like going through stuff. Big possibility is that the situation has nothing to do with you. Like you don't know what they're really going through. And like maybe one day they would explain it to you and you would just be like, wow, I can't believe I was thinking like that.
Right.
And it would just like clear things up. But like it might not happen. But when someone's acting shady or weird towards you and you feel like you honestly didn't do anything, then most likely like you didn't do anything. They're just going through some sort of situation and they gotta just figure it out. And it's like I know you were saying like it's it should be fair for them to tell you like, okay, I'm going through something or I'm going to be distant for this amount of time. But
Yeah.
it's like, are we really owed that though, or is that just coming from like a really selfish point of view?
But like the thing is the vibe changed, right? And like it's bothering
Yeah.
me. Like it bothers me. So like I might
Yeah,
need to.
and it's gonna keep bothering you till you get closure. Like that's the shitty part about it.
Well, that's the way I am. I wish I was the type of person to just like be like, whatever, let it go, who cares? But I'm not. I'm like, the more I say I don't care, like the more I actually care. Like it bothers me.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of people are like that though.
Yeah.
Where it's like you do want to get some sort of explanation to what the hell is happening. But you can't just be like, oh, okay, you're acting weird. I'm gonna cut you loose, or I'm gonna disassociate myself. It's like, yeah, that's not how it freaking works.
Also, just like trying to handle it as like I'm an adult. Like I can do this. I can handle this maturely. Like what is the best way to do it? But I feel like I'm older now, and I'm just gonna try to have like an open conversation. Try to get
I
some answers and say how I feel in the situation, how I'm interpreting things, get some clarity, and then move forward. Even if I don't get all of the answers, I'm gonna use that conversation as closure. What?
You know what? I thought about doing that too. I'm just gonna act like an adult and message this person and let them know my feelings. How dare you? I was a good friend.
Yeah.
But then I'm just like, wait, if I was going through that situation and then someone came up to me like just like lay down this freaking paragraph of just like feelings and emotion on me, and if I generally don't know like what even happened, I would feel like this is too much.
Well, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna just talk about myself. I'm gonna like ask what's up.
Yeah, but like what if they don't want to bring it up? Like they don't want to tell anyone.
Well, what about you?
What about me?
I don't
That's
know.
what I'm saying. Like that's what I felt when I was in that scenario. I felt kind of selfish, where it's like that. It's like why do you feel like they owe you an explanation? If they want to tell you, they'll tell you.
Yeah, but like that person is distant, right?
Yeah.
And like they're important to you. Well, you're just letting them know that you notice they're distant and like the energy's changed and like you're wondering if everything's okay.
I kind of asked, and it was just like, oh no, it's nothing. It's just like my own stuff. And I'm just like, tell me what it is. I'm like, you're lying. You're lying. This is about me because
Right.
I'm jacked in the head, but it had nothing to do with me. So I was like, okay, I might be psychotic, like a little psycho.
Well, maybe I am too, but like I feel like the right people will appreciate that about you because I think
But you
that
don't think that's chaotic though?
not really, no.
I had that energy. I'm not saying it's a bad energy, but like I had that mindset years ago in my first relationship. Anything that was where I felt like it was off, I felt like I was owed an explanation because I knew it was my fault. I wanted to get to the bottom of it. Like I wanted to get to the root. I don't want to dwell on it. It's like if I felt like anything was wrong, I was like I need to get it out in the open. or else I just like go, I just like start spiraling. Like that was me a couple years ago, 6 years ago. But now I think I kind of like managed that a little better, where I'm not like just freaking out and getting like drunk on the C train.
Well, I'm not gonna do that either, but like I just want to have a conversation. I don't think that that's a bad thing. I just feel like communication is a good thing, and I appreciate like communication. You don't have to tell me everything, but you can still find a way to communicate things.
Okay, let's put it this way. Like me and you are like in a rut right now, right? So obviously like we don't have time to just like entertain other people, where it's like, oh, I don't have time to just check up on how you're doing.
Right.
So imagine if someone like all of the blue came up to you and was just like, oh, I feel like you've just been like really cold towards me lately. And meanwhile, your brain's like going through a million thoughts of like school, whatever you're thinking of. And then like this person just coming to you and adds on like another layer of bull. Where it's like, okay, I'm already stressed out. Like, why are you like you're supposed to be my friend? Why are you adding on this stress on me?
I think it would depend on who it is and how they approach it. Just say,
Yeah, I
I was hoping to
guess.
talk to you about something. Like, is it a good time?
I feel like that would add a lot of pressure on my head. Where it's like, oh, is it a good time to talk about something? It's like, oh, because when you hear someone say that, oh, I don't know if this is a good time, you know some shit's gonna go down. Like, no, it's not a good time. But that's what I'd be like. But then I'd be like in pissed off. Like, I'd be like, what?
Well, that's you though. Not everybody's like that.
I'm like that.
Yeah,
That's me.
you. That's fine.
But it's contradicting because when I'm upset, I also want people to reach out to me. So I'm kind of fucked.
Well, something to think about, right?
It's like when I'm upset, I'm like, don't freaking talk to me. But then I want the person who upset me to reach out.
Oh.
I'm like, why aren't you reaching out to me? Like, it's been a few hours.
Yeah, I feel that a bit too because sometimes like you just don't know if somebody's like put up a boundary and they don't want to talk to you or if they actually want you to like show that you care more.
Oh yeah. But anyone who knows me, I feel like they're like, oh, you always say that, but then you don't know what you want. It's like, what do you mean? Like every time I get upset, 9 out of 10 times, obviously I want you to reach out. Like,
Okay.
duh.
That's good to know about you. I'll note that.
Yeah. There's not a point where like you reach out and I'm just like, no. I'm usually pretty what is it called? Like when I get mad, I would be pretty forgiving. Where I'm like, oh, okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah, like for me, the way I perceive you is I feel like maybe you get like a little snappy at the moment or just be like, oh my god, bye. But then like
Well,
think
yeah,
about it and come back because like you are considerate.
it's the bitch in me.
Yeah, there's
It's the
definitely a
Libra.
bitch in you that's undeniable. She's,
It's the
she's
Libra.
cute like 50% of the time though, so it's okay.
Only 50.
The other 50 is just like a nightmare.
Do you know what it is? I feel like I have a high tolerance for bullshit. So when I blow up, it means like it's already got to the point where like I'm already absorbing. I'm like a freaking filter. Where like when I'm blowing up, that filter is black, dude. You gotta change it out.
Oh my god, dude, I feel that too. Except for like when I get to the point of blowing up, like there's no return, and you're just oblivion to me. It's over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Where I'm just like that filter is pitch black.
It's broken. It's done. You throw it out. You buy a new one.
Okay, maybe I blow up like maybe just a little bit before that point of no return.
That's smart. See, that's what I'm trying to do right now. Like I'm trying to be more like that because in the past I've been to that point of like no return, and I'm trying to like learn how to like resolve conflict a bit better before I blow up.
Have you gotten to the point of no return?
I feel like I've gone to the point of no return with you before, yeah, where I'm just like I'm done with Ned.
When?
You don't remember? Like we didn't talk for a while.
Oh, that thing we talked about
Yeah,
that we didn't release the pod.
yeah,
That was your point of no return.
yeah, pretty much.
I feel like our relationship right now is like a porcelain cup because we started out really good. Like I don't think we had any arguments. I don't think we ever had an argument, even with that situation we had.
Right.
It wasn't like an argument. It was kind of like me being an asshole. And you kind of were just like, okay, I gotta distance myself and just like learn from this.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'm putting words in your mouth, but I feel like you might have learned a way to like put certain shields up, where it's like I'm not gonna fully just head first into everything.
for sure.
Yeah, because like I kind of was like, I kind of put like a brick wall up, and you kind of died on that wall.
I did die on that wall. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh
died when you
god.
died.
But like what do you mean? Like after that, like there was a point of no return.
No. I'm saying like our relationship, to describe it, I would say is like a porcelain cup, where like it started out like really cute, like a nice teacup, and it like broke in that situation.
Right.
Now it's glued back together really well, but there's still gonna be like that crack. Like you can still see the crack there, but you can still drink tea out of it.
Oh my god. I love that.
Like there's not ever gonna be a point where we're gonna be like, oh, that never happened. Like there's always gonna be like that hairline crack in the cup. Like you can still drink tea out of the cup.
Right.
Like we're still it still works. The cup still works.
Right. Okay.
It's not like it's complete. It's not like it's point of no return where it's like, okay, you got to throw that cup out.
You can still drink out of it.
Yeah, you can sing drink out of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, maybe once in a while, cut your lips.
It's not good. I think I just don't like the
Yeah.
description of a porcelain cup because it feels so delicate and fragile or something.
Yeah, but relationships are delicate. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, like, all the freaking bipolarism I have. So, any moment I can just snap.
I'm like that too.
Yeah, so it's just delicate. It's just like maybe you piss me off sometimes, but my tolerance level is able to tolerate it. And then you know what? If you don't piss me off between intervals, that can dissipate, and we can start anew. But some people, they just piss me off and they keep adding on to it without giving me a chance to just let it be released into the ether. It's like they piss me off, and then 2 days later they piss me off again, and that's when I start blowing. I'm like, ooh, that's when I blow up.
Dude, that's such a good description of it. That's such a good description of it. That makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense. Like you gotta give people time
right.
to just like maintain homeostasis and just like kind of forget that
Yeah, you got
for a second.
you gotta let me return to the
Yeah.
water. Can't just freaking take me out of the freaking ocean and expect me to breathe.
Oh my god. I feel like my vibe is like totally baba.
But that's okay. I feel like maybe that's when we release our best
You
things
think so?
when we're a little
You
crazy.
think so?
Yeah, I think people like seeing people break down.
People want to see you just cry.
Yeah, like they want to see you they want to see you
Yeah,
crumble.
I think what it is people like seeing things that they don't see in their everyday life. You don't normally see that. It's like rare to like witness.
I feel like the feelings we're feeling right now is like really relatable because I feel like a lot of people goes through that, but they're just like they don't let it out to the public. Whereas like if we started just bawling out on camera, they'd be like, ah, fools. But then in a way we're just like, okay, I can relate to that, so they keep coming back for more.
Yeah, people are like so afraid to like be vulnerable.
Yeah, it's like, okay, talk shit about us all you want. Like, oh, you guys are so damn just complaining about work and stuff. It's like, yeah, but you deep down you feel that way.
Yeah.
It's like it's all perspective. Like some people might like some dude might think like our life is not that hard. It's like, yeah, maybe it's not that hard compared to your life, but let's put it in perspective. It's hard compared to me or for my life.
Yeah, I get it. I feel like everyone has a different tolerance and you just like no.
Yeah, it's all perspective. Like, dude, just because you went through some hard stuff doesn't mean what I'm going through is not like
Yeah, I
equivalent.
hate seeing stuff like that too. I mean, well, sometimes I like it though because
Yeah.
sometimes you kind of do need that perspective where you're like, okay, I'm just being a baby, not let my emotion just rule over my goddamn life. You know, like it's just
No, I don't like that. I don't like being criticized.
for being emotional.
I mean, you can tell me in a way where like, don't criticize me. I'm bad with criticisms.
I don't know. Sometimes, like for myself, I mean, like sometimes those perspectives help me. Where it's like, okay, like, am I being dramatic? And like, do I need to like just because I'm feeling like shit today? Do I need it to like ruin my entire day?
No, I have those self-regulating thoughts too. That's why I don't need someone else telling me that.
Yeah,
If I'm coming out to you telling you my issues, I don't need you telling me saying like it's not an issue. Like if I'm telling you my issues, obviously I trust you enough where it's like I see you as a
yeah,
friend. Even if I feel like it is kind of stupid, I wouldn't be like, oh, you're just dumb. You're just complaining and you should like suck it up. I would try to like understand my perspective at least. Like I would try to understand your perspective and be like, okay, like I can see why you feel that way or like how you see things
right.
this way. Like maybe you should try to do it the other way. But like just like I know some people are just like, dude, I don't like tough love. Okay.
Yeah, some people don't like it.
I don't like it. I don't like tough
I think
love.
it depends on the situation. It depends. It depends. Sometimes I
Because
do like it.
no, it doesn't depend.
No.
Because like I'm already hard enough on myself. I don't need you to be hard on me.
Yeah.
It's like, is this that hard to just ask for someone to just feel like some sort of sympathy for me? It's like, dude, come on. Like I'm already my worst critic. I don't need someone else outside my head to be like, you're dumb.
Well,
Because I tell
but
myself that
that's
all the
not tough
time.
love. Tough love is like delivering the
What is
truth
it?
to somebody when they need to hear.
No, but no one has told me that I'm dumb, like
You
just
need,
straight up. I'm saying that kind of energy where it's like you're coming at me like too straightforward, dude.
yeah.
Like I know I'm overly complaining, but I don't need you to freaking tell me that. Just come to my pity party.
I'm like, pretty party.
Have some tea.
I don't know. I don't know anymore. Sometimes I'm like I'm on both sides. Depends on the situation. I mean, if somebody were to say like, "Oh, it's much worse for people like living in Africa who are poor and starving," it's like that has nothing to do with me.
I hate that. I hate people
Yeah,
say that. Or it's like when they tell me, "Oh, do you think winning the lottery is actually that important? What about your health?"
I told you that the other day.
It's like, what do you? Did you? No, a few
I
people said that
literally
to me.
told
Where it's like, "Oh, what do you mean what do you mean my freaking health?" It's like, why is it one or the other for some people? It's like just because I have money, now all of a sudden I don't have my health. It doesn't
no,
even make
it's not.
sense.
The thing that you were saying is that money buys happiness, and that's not entirely true.
I don't even want to get into that. That was like such a
All
conversation.
I'm saying is
But money does buy happiness.
maybe like 95% of it.
What is
I'm
95%
just being like
happiness?
really extremely technical about things because and it's more important the less you have